Hi dear fans, friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening show as usual with your host Ram. In this part of the Cricket Happening show, there are two test matches happening as you know, and let's look at the first match that was between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. Today was the second day, today was the day 3 at the first test here in Galle. And Sri Lanka, they definitely recovered from yesterday's early loss, in the sense that they had lost 1 wicket. But today, rain was something which came and spoiled the proceedings. And with only 44 more overs to bowl for the day, Sri Lanka had to be content with the score on 252 for 2. But what it did for Sri Lanka is that Kumar Sangakarra went on to make his 37th test century of his career and also his 10th century against Pakistan, and he was unconquered on 102 with 13 boundaries. Mahela Jayawardene, who Pakistan would definitely love to see the back of him, because we all know that Mahela Jayawardene is in his last test series of his career, and Mahela Jayawardene, well, he played superbly, contributing an unbeaten 55. And both these war veterans, real veterans for Sri Lanka are at the crease right now, and Pakistan would be hoping that they could get both these wickets, because it is very important. But as I said, rain came and actually spoiled play, and Sri Lanka finished at close of play on 252 for 2. But what it did is that now they need not worry about the follow-on. The follow-on has been avoided thanks to a very good partnership that happened after Kaushal Silva departed pretty early in the piece with the score on 144. Kaushal Silva himself was the only wicket to go today, and his wicket was taken by Mohammad Thala as Kaushal Silva went on to edge Sarfraz Ahmed for 64. And the total for Sri Lanka at that point of time read 144, and Kaushal Silva, after combining into a very good partnership for the second wicket with Kumar Sangakarra, departed. It added 120 runs, and Kaushal Silva. So it was the only wicket that Pakistan got. As I said, 44 overs were lost today due to rain, and after that it was a Kumar Sangakarra show, as Kumar Sangakarra and Mahela Jayawardene totally settled down, and now they have actually put 108 runs, unbroken partnership for the third wicket. Kumar Sangakarra's share was 102, as I said, was his 37th test century of his career, and he played in only the way he does actually. He in fact showed a lot of application, and he and Jayawardene definitely realized that that the first target for Sri Lanka was the follow-on target of because if they had to avoid the follow-on, they had to make 250. So they have very smoothly knocked that off, with Kumar Sangakarra contributing an unbeaten 102 with 13 beautifully hit boundaries in that particular knock. And Mahela Jayawardene, well, he also flowered in the company of Sangakarra, and he made an unbeaten 55 with 6 fours when play was called off, with the Sri Lankan score reading 252 for 2. And as far as the bowling was concerned, well, Junaid Khan, 20 overs, 6 maidens, 1 for 71. Mohammad Thala, I thought he bowled well, 14 overs, 4 maidens, 1 for 45, the only wicket taker today. Saeed Ajmal, 29 overs, 7 maidens, none for 76. In fact, as far as Saeed Ajmal was concerned, in fact, we saw some very good use of the feet, which was done by Kumar Sangakarra to Saeed Ajmal. Mahela Jayawardene, well, he was the one who handled the left-arm spinner Abdul Rahman pretty well, and Abdul Rahman 17 overs, 2 maidens, none for 56. So that was the story of the day, a brief story of the day, I would say, with Sri Lanka closing the day on day 3 at 252. So that essentially meant another 199 runs are still required. I think it's still a long way to go, but as I said, for Pakistan, the wickets of Mahela Jayawardene and Kumar Sangakarra would matter most, because if they could get those wickets tomorrow on the 4th day, at least they could restrict Sri Lanka, in the sense they could at least make a real pitch to see to it that Sri Lanka, it is Pakistan who actually take the lead. But if they're going to allow the Mahela Jayawardene and the Kumar Sangakarra partnership to really flourish and move along, then I'm afraid to say that probably a situation would be there where Sri Lanka would be dictating terms to Pakistan. But as I said, rain has been something which has been bothering a lot, and one only hopes that the rain stays away, because there are only 2 full days left now. So it's more or less right now one can safely say that this match is definitely heading towards a draw. But unless and until there is something happens on the 4th day which really spices up the match. Well, so that is as far as this particular test match is concerned. Now let's get on to Manchester and Old Trafford, where the current situation is that England have already taken the lead. They have taken a lead of 85 runs, even though they were struggling. In fact, India, I thought, did well today in the morning, just carrying on. Yesterday, as you remember, that Varun Arun had taken 2 wickets just before close of play at the fag end of the days of the first day. He actually picked up the wicket of Gary Ballance, when Gary Ballance was LBW bowled Aaron for 37, and the score read 113 for 3. But after that, today, Chris Jordan was the one who came in as the night watchman yesterday and joined Ian Bell, and then it was Bhuvneshwar Kumar who actually picked up the wicket, with Bhuvneshwar Kumar getting Jordan out with a ball which was a short delivery, Jordan going in for the pull, and what was a nice catch which was taken by Varun Arun in the mid-wicket area, and Jordan was walking out for 13 with 3 boundaries, and he was gone. So the score was 136 for 4 when Jordan departed. Bell was joined in by Joe Root. Bell continued like yesterday. He was looking solid at the time he was at the crease, but then Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who was bowling superbly, getting the ball to really talk, I would say, because he was getting the ball to swing both ways, and Ian Bell was caught by Mahendra Singh Dhoni behind the stumps as he edged a delivery which was actually swinging away from Ian Bell, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar was the bowler, and Bell was gone for 58 with 8 fours and 1 6. And after that, Moeen Ali's stumps were rattled. Now, as far as Moeen Ali was joined in by Joe Root. Joe Root was looking good. Moeen Ali came in, and Moeen Ali, well, as you know, he normally he's a victim of the short delivery. But today, definitely Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Varun Arun. Bhuvneshwar Kumar was bowling a lot of balls that were swinging. Varun Arun was continuing in the same way that he bowled yesterday, so he was looking pretty impressive, and he was the one who took the wicket. In fact, Moeen Ali was really tested with some lot of short pitch deliveries, but then Moeen Ali definitely pressurized, because he was really bombarded by short deliveries from both ends. One by Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who was swinging the ball. The other side, Varun Arun, with his pace up a notch, was really troubling Moeen Ali. And then Moeen Ali, definitely I would say that he was under some severe pressure there. And as always happens, when the pressure is created by one bowler, the other bowler gets the wicket, and that's what precisely happened, as Varun Arun actually went past the defences of Moeen Ali with a spearing in swinger which came in, and Moeen Ali was a victim, gone, bowled Aaron for 13 with 2 fours, and suddenly England they were looking at a score of 170 for 6, and that really spread, was really ringing some alarm bells at that point of time. But for them, the rescue act came in the form of Joe Root and Josh Butler, because they were just 18 runs ahead of India with 4 wickets intact, and India would have probably fancied, India could have probably gone for the kill. But let me tell you, Joe Root and Josh Butler really played they joined into a very good partnership. In fact, the partnership is still going on. As you know, right now the play is stopped here at Manchester and Old Trafford because of a wet outfield. And well, Josh Butler, well, he played some few boundaries. He hit a couple of boundaries. But Joe Root, well, as you know, Joe Root is the one who really likes to stay at the wicket, and that is something which he has been doing. And also he has been interspersing his defense with some very good strokes too. And Joe Root and Butler, what they did is that they allowed England to recover, and now England, I would say, are definitely in the sounder position than what they were. Definitely that was something which was very much needed for the 7th wicket partnership. And this 7th wicket partnership now has added almost, I would say, 77 runs unbroken. The share for Joe Root is an unbeaten 48 with 5 boundaries. Josh Buttler is not out on 22 with 2 boundaries, 237 for 6, and England currently are leading by 85 runs on day 2. Definitely England would be glad that they have definitely recovered, but they would be hoping that this pair really continues tomorrow. But we still have a lot of overs to bowl. As far as today is concerned, I will let you know how many overs are there, because right now, as I said, there's a wet outfield after rain had stopped play, and we are into the final session of the day. Let's look at the bowling figures. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, as I said, he was swinging the ball like a real banana today. 18 overs, 6 maidens, 47 runs and 3 wickets. Varun Arun, with his pace really up a notch today, 16 overs, 2 maidens, 3 for 48. Pankaj Singh has been the luckless bowler. He was the luckless bowler in the first test match, as you know, in his debut test, and here again in the second test, wickets have been eluding him. One feels really sorry for Pankaj Singh that he has not been able to get a single wicket. Well, but he has toiled hard. 17 overs, 2 maidens, none for 79 his returns. Ashwin, 13 overs, 1 maiden, none for 28. Not able to really make an impression on this English batsman today. Ravindra Jadeja, 7 overs for 21 runs, and that's the match situation. But I'm just going to tell you right now, dear fans, friends and subscribers, as to how many overs are remaining for the day to end. So that would really give us a sort of a real glimpse into what could really happen today. Well, so right now, as I said, there are 54 overs remaining. So 54 overs are quite a number of overs, and one only hopes that really play starts. An early tea was taken today, and one only hopes that for cricket's sake and also for the spectators' sake at the Manchester and Old Trafford, play really begins at Manchester and Old Trafford. So as I said, day 2, rain has stopped play. England currently placed at 237 for 6. Another 54 overs to go for the day, and I'm sure the task is definitely cut out for Josh Buttler and Joe Root. They have to continue the good work they have been doing. Probably, if at all, England they definitely have a handy lead right now, but if at all they have to dictate terms and probably take the lead in the series, what they essentially need to do is keep this partnership going and then get on to a big score and pile on the pressure on the Indians. Well, so that is the match situation. And now what I'm going to do, just before I actually end up my Cricket Happening show, I'm just going to have a sneak peek at what's happening as far as cricket news is concerned. But yes, dear friends, fans and subscribers, there's one more thing which is going to happen tomorrow. There's going to be the solitary test which is going to be played at the Harare Sports Club here in Zimbabwe, where Zimbabwe would be taking on South Africa. So that is the only test that South Africa are playing on the tour of Zimbabwe, and that is going to happen tomorrow. But I don't have much time right now, dear fans and subscribers, to really dwell on that. And other than that, I'm just trying to let's see whether any other news is there. Yes, I have one more news for you, and that is just talking about the Zimbabwean team. As you know, Zimbabwe are going to be involved in a tri-series. They would be hosting South Africa and Australia, and just going to have a look at the Zimbabwean team that has been selected for this particular tri-series. And let's have a look at what really is in store here. Well, as far as the Zimbabwean squad is concerned, Brendan Taylor, captain, is Rajesh Chakhab. We all know Sikandar Raza, who has been amongst the runs a lot nowadays. Tendai Chatara is a good left-arm bowler. Elton Chigumbura, Hamilton Masakadza, Cuthbert Masuko is a new player coming into the mix there. Richmond Mutumbami, the wicketkeeper, also a very useful bat. Let's have a look at who are the new faces that have actually entered the Zimbabwean team. Well, this is the 15-man squad announced, and this is for the one-off test that is going to play South Africa tomorrow. There are 2 uncapped players in the squad. One is there's an off-spinner by the name John Nyumbu who has come in, and also there is one more seamer who is getting an opportunity. His name is Cuthbert Musoko. Donald Tripano, who did pretty well, as you know, in the recent one-day internationals against Afghanistan, where he had a 5-wicket haul. Well, he has also been drafted into the team. Now, just giving you a slight some information about Nyumbu. Nyumbu has been the like he has been the joint highest wicket taker in the local Zimbabwean tournament, which is called the Logan Cup. He had 34 wickets, and I'm told he had 4 or 5 wickets hauls. So that is something. And then Donald Trapano was already, really shown what he's made of with that 5-wicket haul against Afghanistan. He's also there in the mix. He has also been named, so they have definitely strengthened the pace squad there. And then Mark Vermeulen makes his entry into the team. Now, Mark Vermeulen, as you know, he has been out of international cricket for quite a long time, and since he has been scoring pretty heavily in the domestic matches here in Zimbabwe, he definitely has got an opportunity. So that's the team composition. So I'm not going to go into much details as far as that is concerned. I think it's about time for me to really wind up this Cricket Happening show. But really, dear fans and subscribers, I'm pretty happy to know that your encouragement is pretty good, and also it's pretty essential for my cricket. And as I've always been saying, you dear friends and subscribers are the wheels of my business. Well, dear fans and subscribers, on this note, your host Ram is about to take leave for the day, but promising you that your host Ram will be there to see you all on my late night cricket show. That's on a Saturday. Until then, it's goodbye from your host Ram Studios. Thank you.